Latin America is a huge region, it's a huge territory. It's everything from the south of the United States to the bottom of Argentina. It is a market of over 600 million people, 4.5 trillion US dollars. So it is big, and we've got over 30 countries. Main languages are Spanish and Portuguese, and the biggest economies, the mega markets, are Brazil first and Mexico. All the countries are not the same. Some of them are a bit more outward looking, easier to do business in, and others a bit more closed and a bit more difficult to penetrate. But this is a very attractive and a very growing region. The main opportunities in the region are essentially everything related to natural resources, and mainly oil and gas. So Scotland has a long history and a very good reputation in oil and gas, and a very strong industry. And this is exactly what we are trying to do. We help Scottish companies in oil and gas entering Brazilian market, but also Mexico and Colombia and Argentina. All of these markets have strong opportunities and are opening up to do business. The main challenges for Scottish companies will be probably first the culture. So it's a very different culture to do business in the region. Everything takes a bit longer, so we're not expecting to do business very quickly. And the languages by definition, you know, it's it's not a region where we speak English at all levels. So you will have to find a way to communicate properly with all the different layers of the organization you're dealing with. And that could be some kind of challenge. Also, gathering the information will not be as easy as you would expect, because information would be in a different language. I guess the other challenge might be in terms of the logistics, and because of the size, you need to consider that when you do business in the region. It's really big, as I've said before, so moving things from one place to the others might take time and might be more expensive than you would expect. And finally, I think in terms of some of the countries have had protectionist measures for many years. So some of the countries, right now Brazil and Argentina, could be classified in these countries, could be a bit more difficult to do business because they have some measures that do protect their economies and do protect their industries. So the support SDI is providing for Scottish companies is range from different things. So first, we do provide market intelligence. We do identify business opportunities for companies that we try to share with them, and we help them accessing these opportunities through connections. So we use our connections to facilitate and to introduce them to the right people, to the right customers, or to the right distributors. There is also an aspect of support when it comes to trade missions. So we help companies coming to the countries with missions, where we do develop a program for them in order to meet the right people for them to do business. So other opportunities for Scottish companies could be across all the different sectors, including education. These countries have invested and are investing in education. So whether we're talking about Brazil, who is the second biggest private education sector in the world, or other countries like Colombia and Mexico, these countries will be investing in training their workforce to actually develop a sustainable industry, including the one I've mentioned before in infrastructure, oil and gas. So there is education opportunity. There are also opportunities in food and drink. These countries experience a growth of the middle class over the last decade. Half of that population now fits within the middle class definition. So you could expect that these people are looking for premium products and have additional resources to purchase foreign products. Finally, I think every technology is related to infrastructure and construction or mega cities will be welcome and in demand. All these countries will invest and have invested heavily in infrastructure, whether we're talking about airports, roads, ports, because they've realized this was bottlenecks for their development. Come to Latin America, we're waiting for you. Vem para a América Latina, a gente está esperando vocês.